Report's title, Examining the Transmission Mechanism of Monetary Policy in the UK. Panel members, Qin Tingting, Meng Jiao, Mohammad Shahiran. Research objective, assess the effectiveness and efficiency of different monetary policy tools employed by the Bank of England in influencing macroeconomic variables. Quote article, Learning into the Wind, a structural VAR investigation of UK monetary policy. Introduction. In this paper, structural vector autoregression (SVAR) model is used to investigate the structural transmission mechanism of UK monetary policy. By analyzing the objective tools and transmission mechanism of Bank of England's monetary policy, an empirical research framework based on SVAR model is established. Literature review, Limiting impacts of monetary policy shock. The finding that monetary policy shock is playing only a small percentage of the variation in monetary and microeconomic variable is common, as evidenced by studies like Bernanke, Gentle, and Wilson, 1997, and Cristiano, Eichenbaum, and Evans, 1997. Reaction function of monetary policy. Researcher attempts to characterize the reaction function of monetary policy, which describe how central banks respond to change in other variables. For example, Bernanke, Gentle, and Wilson, 1997 find that U.S. monetary policy systematically tightens after an oil price rise, which may contribute to oil price rise, causing recession in the U.S. economy.
My name is Meng Jiao. Let's read a review. Simple reaction function for UK's interest rates. Claret, Galli, and Roger, 1998 estimates a simple reaction function for the UK's interest rates, which reacts to expected inflation and the difference between actual and potential output. The government bonds banks interest rates and the UK German exchange rate are also found to be significant variables. Unlike insatisfaction of monetary policy shocks, unlike 2001, a places of sign restriction anti-inflation methods to intensify monetary policy shocks in the use, growing a line Greenspan's Turner as chairman of the Federal Reserve. He finds that most interest rate changes are not surprises but are caused by the systematical response of monetary policy to other macroeconomic variables. Data description. New variable, a data panel data for the UK 2017 to 2023. Shock variable, GDP, explanatory variables, GPL, consumer price index, Y, interest rates. Empirical analysis, impulse response function. It can be seen from the above figure that when the log is first order, both arc and spec are significant, so the optimal logging order of the power model is first order. Empirical analysis, impulse response function. The impulse response function is plated above as shown in the figure. The horizontal axis of the graph represents time. The vertical axis represents the magnitude of the impulse response generated when the variable is subjected to the shocks. The dashed lines are the upper and lower limits of the 95% confidence interval, and the third line in the model is the impulse response line from the Monte Carlo simulation.
It's part for me to explain about research finding, empirical analysis, conclusion, and recommendation. First, research finding. Our group finding after make the few change the data from the article and we refer. First, when CPI is a consumer price index, while interest rate and the GDP face a one standard deviation short from themselves, only GDP show a gradually increasing negative impact, indicating that each variable has economic inertia and a certain self-impending effect. Second, by facing when the standard deviation shock from the CPI, both interest rate and GDP have no obvious change trend. Third finding, no significant trend or the change in either CPI or GDP in the face of a one standard deviation shock from Y interest rate. For in the face of one standard deviation shock from the GDP, CPI show a significant positive upward and then a significant downward trend. Y is an interest rate shows a significant downward trend. Empirical analysis. Wherein the composition plot graph beside the result finding, the right figure plots the variance decomposition of the variable from which it can be seen that the contribute of the each of GDP, CPI, and Y interest rate fluctuate only when the fish with one standard deviation short from GDP, and then the contribution of GDP and CPI are both positive. Conclusion. Through the estimation and testing of the model parameter, we find several key features in the British monetary policy transmission mechanism, including interest rate channel, credit channel, and interest rate channel. The results show that the Bank of England monetary policy has an impact on the economy through this channel, but the transmission effect of different channel is different. The recommendation: the Bank of England should pay more attention to the transmission effect of various channels when formulating monetary policy, and strengthen the policy coordination with the other country and region. Okay, thank you for your listening.